Right now on Up with KREM, Eastern Washington and North Idaho regions have the worst air quality in the nation. Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo is live this morning to talk about when we could see haze leave our area, and also he has more on record-breaking temperatures.
Yeah, hot and hazy is going to be the story the next couple of days. I'll walk you through how long this weather pattern sticks around, because there is a big change in the works as we get a little closer to the weekend.
And new this morning, PETA is now calling for an investigation into an Idaho rodeo. The organization wants animal cruelty charges filed against those responsible for what you're seeing in this video right here.
Up with KREM begins now.
Hey there, good morning. Thanks so much for watching Up with KREM. If you're just joining us, you might have noticed we have a new team member here with us, Channing Curtis. Good morning, Channing.
Good morning.
Happy to have you here.
Thank you, Tim. I'm so excited to be here and join the Up with KREM team. Oh my goodness, it's been a long morning.
Yeah, it has. We have Channing on the coffee IV.
Yes.
She already knows.
Absolutely.
But one thing we do want to know is we want to learn more about Channing.
Yeah.
And so I've been thinking about random questions. And my next one is pizza toppings.
Ooh.
Does pineapple belong on pizza or not? I'm already putting her on the hot spot.
Listen, controversial answer. Yes, it does.
Thank you. This is why we're friends.
Yes, this is it. I love pineapple. It's something about the sweet, salty thing that just goes together.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yes.
But if you disagree with Channing and I, that's okay.
It's fine.
But let Channing know the best pizza in the Inland Northwest.
Ooh,
Text
yes.
us 509-448-2000, and we will check in with your answers a little bit later.
All right. Well, this morning we want to go ahead and get straight to some breaking news that we've been following. The Spokane air quality is in the unhealthy range for the 4th day in a row now.
So what you're seeing right now is a live look of Spokane on your left, and then on your right is what Spokane looked like yesterday. So you can see really not much improvement at all. We've been dealing with these hazy conditions for a few days now.
Absolutely. Now the wildfire smoke in our area is reaching as far as the East Coast. Take a look at this. Most of the country is actually under a haze, and here is a live look at Charlotte, North Carolina. The haze from all the way out here on the West Coast reaching all the way across the country into North Carolina. Unbelievable how that just travels.
Yeah, not good. Well, this morning we do have team coverage across our region. Nicole Hernandez is live in Coeur d'Alene. We will check in with her from an update from Idaho in just a few minutes.
And our meteorologist Jeremy Legoo is live this morning in Spokane, where our air quality has been poor for several days now, and it's only going to heat up over the next few days. Jeremy, how are things feeling out there right now?
You know, it's starting to kind of add up. After being in and out of the car all morning and walking back and forth, it's starting to get to the point where my voice is actually kind of feeling a bit raspy, but I am taking those frequent breaks. I am getting out. I am tossing a mask on. I am doing what I can to not have to battle the elements. And listen, we're in the realm of unhealthy. If it got any worse from where it was now, I just plain old wouldn't be out here. It's not one of those things that I want to risk myself for. So I'm just taking frequent breaks and really playing it safe this morning, because this is about the threshold for as bad as it gets for still wanting to be outside and talk about it. Speaking of getting outside and talk about it, let's do that. Let's get you out the door and let you know what to expect this morning, because temperatures are hovering close to 70 degrees here in Spokane, and there's that smoky haze in the atmosphere, and believe it or not, we're a little worse off than where we were yesterday, and that's the case around much of the Inland Northwest, including North Idaho, as we got a little more settling of some of that smoke in the atmosphere. Many different mechanisms for why we see smoke here versus how they're seeing smoke over on the East Coast, and some of those is the reason it's so nasty here. Speaking of our AQI, we're still up over 180. Here in Spokane, being up over 180 means it's unhealthy for all of us to be outside. We should limit our time. We should not exert ourselves. Don't do anything physical if you don't have to. That means running or jogging. I've seen a couple people out this morning. You might want to avoid that. Another thing, well, unfortunately, it's much of the Inland Northwest that's dealing with some of that haze, but we're also all dealing with heat. Later on this afternoon, it's going to be hot enough to have a heat advisory in place. Temperatures in the upper 90s later on today. It is going to be a scorcher. The big difference between this and some of the upper 90s we experienced earlier is that the smoke in the sky makes it so it takes a little longer for us to start seeing that big jump in temperatures. So we go from the 70s this morning, and then that sun has to get up and above some of that smoke so it's not fighting it, and then we'll start to heat up rather quickly, and that's how we climb to the upper 90s. And believe it or not, if it weren't for some of that smoke in the lower levels of the atmosphere, we'd heat up quicker, we'd get warmer in the afternoon, and we'd be talking about temperatures in the triple digits. Thankfully, not quite there. And the good news is, this one doesn't last all that long. I'll walk you through just how long it lasts, when you can expect improvement, and when it's going to cool down. That's all coming up in just a bit, but for now, we're tossing things over to North Idaho with a look at what's going on there.
Yeah, definitely very smoky this morning out here in Coeur d'Alene. You can really see it with how not bright the sun is this morning. There's no clouds in the sky. It would otherwise be super bright, super blue sky day, but it's really just not that way. The only blue sky we're seeing is directly above us if you look straight up. But other than that, gray, dreary skies. And you can really see just how thick this fog is with this view behind me right here. Normally you can see all the way across the lake and even beyond, but this morning all we're seeing is that haze and really just an outline of the mountains or the hills across the way. So as I zoom out, you can see that dock that's right here. Even the dock looks a little bit hazy. So that's really how thick this smoke is right now, that even things close by are looking hazy as well. And then if you look beyond the dock, you normally can see down the lake that way, but you absolutely cannot see that at all this morning. So definitely very thick haze, very thick smoke this morning, which of course is in the unhealthy range for people right now, and your pets of course as well. So if you can avoid being outside today at all, that would be ideal. If you are outside though, you might feel those effects of the smoke. You might feel that sore throat, a headache, maybe feel it in your nose as well. So just be careful, be aware of what your body's telling you. Of course, if you start feeling those symptoms, try to get to some clean air quickly. I'll send things back to you guys.
Well, after the break, Washington state hospitals are seeing a surge in COVID-19 hospitalizations. What that means for healthcare workers.
And an NBA All-Star player leads Team USA basketball closer to the gold medal. Find out who on next up with KREM.
And meteorologist Jeremy Legoo says heat relief is in sight for the weekend. After the break, you're going to want to stick around because he's talking about a rise in temperatures over the next few days.